Yo, what's going on, YouTube? About to run inside Publix and get some stuff. Accidentally cut myself while I was getting ready to leave, pick up my trash. I started to scrape my arm against the desk, but I'm good. It's not bad. I'm gonna just get some band-aids, like the wrapping kind of, just wrap it up like this, peroxide and some spray, and just call it a day. I don't know why, but when you're a kid, you cry when you get cut. I think you just can't process what just happened. It stings, like your eyes water, but you can't process what happens as a kid. But when you're an adult, it just stings. But I had a 145 performance rate today. Whenever it's over 100, that's good. She said I did a really good job. I did 2 pilots today, so if I continue doing that, I should be hired by this company in 3 months, because it's technically it's a temp agency I'm working for, and I'm gonna take back what I said the other day about getting a second job. I don't ever want to do that again. Like, medically speaking, I start hallucinating whenever I'm up for more than 16 hours and I don't get any sleep. I start seeing stuff that's not there, and it's really dangerous because I could possibly get a seizure. So I'm gonna just be grateful for what I have right now. And when the time comes, maybe the end of next year, I have way over what I want to make in 4 months working 2 jobs. I have more than that. So that's when I'll get my place. And hopefully by that time, I'm more mentally and physically mature at that point. Like, I'll have a better understanding of everything. Because, like I said, there's people in here I watch, I just get advice from. A few people in particular. One's name is Khalid Karim, if I said that right. He did 25 years in prison, and he's like a mentor. He's like based in like the Baltimore, Maryland area, DC, DMV area, and it's a lady I watch. It's an Indian lady. I can't really pronounce her name because she never reveals her name. She never says it, but she speaks English. But I watch her for like childhood trauma videos, and I'm gonna just flat out say it. I never really had in the Black community, whenever we want to get points across, whenever we want to raise kids, it's always yelling, cussing, berating that child, putting your hands on that child in front of people. And it's very it leaves a mark on that child, like me. A lot of the times, I told you I had to live in the same house with someone I didn't get along with, I didn't particularly care for. It didn't matter what I thought. And whenever I was disciplined or told things, it always came off like it was to put me down, because you have to explain things to me. See, thing about me, what I understand about people, when I was in that hospital, I explained to them why they shouldn't do drugs. I explained to them why they should stay away from alcohol. I explained to them why they should want to live. I didn't just call them a bunch of babies. I didn't say how they're a bunch of losers and how they're weak. I didn't talk down on them for doing drugs. I told them why. I explained to them. Just like I had in the nurse home. I explained to them why they can't leave, because they're a danger to themselves. If they're left alone, someone can exploit them. Worse than what they're getting at the nursing home. Someone can do a lot worse. But I explain things to people. I was never really explained things a lot. It was just always just yell, just do this, or I'm gonna beat you behind. I'm gonna get my belt. That's all that was. And the effect is, I never really understood things. I never really didn't. I kind of rebelled against what I was told to do, because it just always seemed like it was just to be a pest, a pain, to put me down. And I'm sort of just getting it now. Like I said, I understand the concept of work now. I understand the concept of keeping a job. This is a job I'm doing that I can see myself working more than maybe 3-4 years. Because if I want to rent a house or maybe obtain a house one day, you need to have a long history of work, like a long stint at a job. But someone sort of close to me last year when we met up, he told me that someone saw your resume and you ain't working a job more than a year, they're gonna look at it like, Look at this clown. He can't even keep a job. It's like, you're not explaining to me why I should keep a job. You're just putting me down. But looking at his situation, I know he's doing a lot worse. So I'm not even gonna talk about him. But it's just the fact that all we, as like I said, parenting in the black community, and maybe y'all can agree with me on this, is nothing but yell, cuss. You never explain to a child why things are the way they are. It's just always just do this. I'm gonna beat you behind. I'm trying to be real clean in these videos. It's a lot worse than that. It's actually cussing. It's actually yelling. It's actually physical violence, and that stuff sticks with a child. But unfortunately, at my age, I'm looking for this advice. I'm looking for guidance through some people like myself who probably didn't really have it told to them direct, like they weren't explaining things. They probably were just yelled at. They probably were just berated by their family. And it's a lot worse when a woman is around that's not your mother, sees you being berated by your father. It leaves a long scar. You're definitely not going to want to do what he says. You're going to rebel more. But this guy, I'm gonna leave his link in the description. He's a really he has a lot. He's a very great speaker. You could tell he's changed after doing 25 years in prison. He's supposed to do a life sentence, and I don't really care what his crime was because he's very changed. But his parents were on drugs. Well, his mom was an alcoholic. His dad was on drugs, and he resorted to the streets. But his education, his parents, his teachers are really in prison, and my teachers are really just the hard knocks, the school of hard knocks, and learning from what I hear people talk about on YouTube. That's really my teacher there. But I'm just glad I'm doing a good job at work. I'm gonna just see if I can grow with this company. They'll pay me $16 an hour, and that's not a bad job to do while I'm in school. But I'm gonna just be grateful for what I have right now, and just keep doing what I do and save my money. I'm gonna focus on school when it starts next week. I'm not getting a second job. Forget that.